Erika, what was going through your head when Denise confronted you at dinner?
I'm over here minding my business, just trying to have a good time with everyone here, and then she wants to bring up something that's irrelevant from 4 years ago.
I was so nice to you.
Okay.
And you were a bitch to me.
Okay.
And you know it.
I do? Okay.
Just, like, own it.
Own what?
That.
Literally, like, what is going on with you?
I think she was also confused.
And you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Really? Watch the show.
Just watch the show.
Yeah, can you give me an example?
I don't need an example. Go watch the show.
Oh.
Watch the show. That's your example.
And I was like, you can't say show.
She loves to break a fourth wall.
Stop. I'm stopped. Bravo, bravo, and bravo. I'm out.
Watch the show. And Erika's like a deer in headlights.
What's happening?
What? What are you talking about?
I feel like she was just trying to get a reaction out of Erika, and Erika was not biting. So Denise was like working herself into a tizzy, and Erika's like, all right, next.
I didn't get it. She went on and on.
You really don't.
I'm sorry, I don't remember. What are you talking about?
I don't know what to say.
Oh.
It was like, oh, God, oh, please stop.
Do you know what it was?
The only way I'm gonna know what bothers Denise is by Denise telling us what bothers her. I'm not gonna go rewatch this season and try and guess.
I think she's referring to when they all came after her about her and Brandy. Because she said, watch the show, so I watched. I think her main issue was with Rinna.
How about Brandy, Rinna, and Teddy?
She said you two had sex. Okay?
I'm a very married woman. And I love my husband to death.
You don't have to explain yourself.
Not
Right.
Erika.
Right.
She was trying to say, the first season, you were my friend. Then all of a sudden, the second season, you were coming for me.
Yeah. And I think also she obviously was upset that we were talking about threesomes at her barbecue and the kids were not that far away.
When we were at her barbecue, we were talking about threesomes and having sex. Meanwhile, she just talked about how big Aaron's dick was.
So you guys are married over a year now?
Yes, and he's let himself go. She's joking. Honey, I'm joking.
Oh, I'm like...
He still has a big penis and big muscles, so it's all good.
And I called her a ragamuffin.
Well, that
But
was...
she's a gorgeous, stunning ragamuffin.
Meanwhile, it's a total group conversation, and you, Denise, talked about your husband's big dick.
I had a threesome long time ago.
Tell me more, Garcelle. It's just... Garcelle!
It's just
us. Tell me more.
There might be some conversation that's very adult.
Somehow or another, I get blamed for this. So then I had to go back, after I called Teddy Mellencamp, and remind myself why...
Teddy's like the FBI, my God.
You know she is. I had to call Teddy. I was like, can you? And she said, yes, I can. And in came all the data. I guess Denise was mad because I had said something on Twitter when she quit. I tweeted some emoji of a girl getting hit with a door. Here's the thing.
Like, don't let the door hit you
Yeah,
on the ass on the way out.
Yeah, on your way out. She quit. And you're not telling us what it is that you're really upset by, so I don't understand what's going on, and you're ruining my dinner.
And you're high. Ruining your high.
Really high.
Killing your buzz.
After Sutton's comment about your sister, you brought up your relationship with Kathy.
Well, I was thinking to myself, gosh, this is a very different Sutton than I've seen. And, she has shared things with me about an issue she had with my sister Kathy, or Kathy had, said something to her, and, but when the cameras are up and people are around, she speaks a very different tune. So I was just really at my wit's end with her two-faced behavior.
You're being really
Because you know
mean.
why? You can go yourself because you know the truth. You've had your own situations with her, and you don't want to speak up.
I'll tell everybody what Kathy
you have
did.
to kiss ass in public, but then you want to play that game with me?
I'm not
Then
kissing
speak up and say
Oh,
it. Then
this
speak-
is about Kathy.
You just made it about that.
Kyle tries to
That was
come
tough.
back at me like, well, tell everybody what Kathy did to you at BravoCon. I was like, okay. I was on the phone with Kathy. She was yelling at me. And to Kathy, scary. And I said, look, Kathy, we're friends. I love you. And she said, Sutton, I'm sorry for yelling at you. And it was 5 minutes later. Took like that. And I told the story to Kyle. And Kyle goes, how did you get her to calm down? I said, I just talked to her. It wasn't rocket science. I am not scared of Kathy Hilton in the least.
Some women in this group fear Kathy because she holds the access to something they want. She can lock you out of Beverly Hills, or lock you out of parties, or lock you out of social standing.
I'm not kissing Kathy's ass. We have a relationship. We have a friendship. I actually met Kathy way before I ever met Cal. And I know, you know, at the reunion when, like, Lisa said, you said that Sutton and Crystal were pieces of
Crystal and Sutton are pieces of useless idiots, should be fired.
And I told Kathy this. I said, if you said that, it's okay, it doesn't bother me. Because if you're angry and you're going on a rant and you just say something like that, you don't mean it, you're out of your mind. And yeah, it was dark. She can be real mean.
The use of the word dark, I don't think it's a word that I would choose to describe it. Do I think Kathy has a temper? Yes. Do I think that she can be scary?
I am pissed off.
Sure. I think Kathy would even admit to, you know, when she gets angry, she can be scary. So, but I'm not sure I would use the word dark.
You know, I love Kathy's children. You know, Paris and Nikki are beautiful girls. I know them differently. I know Paris in a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Right.
I don't remember her being invited to Paris's wedding. I was there, and I don't remember Sutton being there.
Guess what? I don't need anyone to invite me to parties. People want to come to my parties. That's a fact.
And I've known Kathy for 17 years. So I never saw Sutton before. But I will say, I talk to Kathy quite often, and she always says how much she loves Sutton. So I think their friendship got closer throughout the last couple of years.
I don't want to talk about this stuff with my sister at all anymore. I'm just saying the things that she was saying to me versus on camera were very different, and I'm sure the things that she was saying to Kathy were very different too.
Right.
And I like someone who's the same person across the board.
You and Kyle get into it again after dinner.
Somebody told her that I said that she was in denial.
You guys came back. I was like, where's Kyle? Where's he? In denial somewhere.
It was just so low because you're implying that, you know, my husband's cheating on me and that I don't know about it.
Or that I choose to look the other way.
Right.
Anyone would assume that Sutton has more information.
Where's our hostess?
In denial about something.
That's what it felt like, certainly.
No, I don't think has more information. I think she's curious and wants more information.
Would you be surprised if you found out that Kyle had been sharing information with Sutton?
No, absolutely not. I would not be surprised. I know that Kyle confides in Sutton. I think it would be even more if she had been confiding in Sutton and Sutton was doing that. That almost sounds diabolical to me, so.
For the first time since I've ever been on this show, when someone has done something like that to me, where I felt sort of like I was taken aback, but instead of like cowering down and like getting upset or crying, I was like, oh, okay, Kyle, let's do this. So then I was like, if you're going to say that, tell me what you heard. Sutton, what am I in denial about?
I don't know.
If you know something,
Oh
please
my
tell
God,
me.
what would I know?
I would that's what I'm asking you.
I don't know anything.
If you're saying I'm in denial, you're implying you know something.
I was like, tell me, look me in the eye and tell me everything is right in your home and in your marriage. I asked her about her household, about her marriage.
About my household. What is wrong with my house?
Is there something going on?
What about her household?
Is there something going on? People don't like it when I look them in the eye. I don't know why.
Erica, I'm telling you right now, if there was something that they had heard, I wanted them to tell me. So if you have something,
If you don't have
and
anything
you
to tell
know,
us, Cal,
I would like you to tell
I
me.
don't know anything. Then I'm gonna let it go.
And she couldn't say anything.
I was stoned. What do I know?
I felt bad for Kyle. I felt like Sutton was really going in on her. And I don't get too, like, how do you call somebody like that your friend? Does a friend, like, try to embarrass you?
But I also didn't like what she said about PK's DUI arrest.
He may have or may not have had a woman in the car with him.
I hope Dorit asks her Who is this woman and where did you hear it from? And tell me what you meant by that. Why would you say that? Well, I heard a rumor. I've heard a lot of rumors about a lot of people. I don't repeat them.
Yeah.
And when if someone chooses to repeat them, it's deliberately to hurt them.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there is a police report that indicates that no one else was in the car, by the way.
So why would she say that?
If I were to repeat the things that I hear about these women all the time, it would be a disaster.
It would be beyond a disaster.
Dorit, you and PK talk about your decision to homeschool the kids this year.
Well, here's the thing with PK. He's not as aware or hands-on as I am, you know, so he doesn't have the full picture.
When I have expressed that I think it would be good for them to transition back into public school, you have to hear what they say.
I understand that, and it's really lovely, but it's also not really a consideration for whether or not they stay in homeschool. A lot of this is coming from your need and desire for those kids to be with you and close to you at all times, right? And you have to at least own that element of this conversation.
As a mother who's tried to protect them and shield them from the home invasion, it is an added benefit for me, them being homeschooled, because the danger of them learning about it or having learned about it in the last couple of years would have been exponentially greater if they were in regular school. But it is absolutely not the driving force to my decision to continue homeschooling them.
Do you have a plan on when you want to share it with them?
No.
Or ever tell them?
I don't have a plan. It's not something that I am looking forward to sharing with them, and certainly not at their age. Phoenix is 7 years old.
Yeah.
She sleeps with her blankie.
Right.
I have to put my children to bed every night.
Sure.
They're babies in a lot of ways.
Of course, yeah.
I don't need them to know right now. Eventually, there will come a time where they'll all either find out or, and I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know when that will be, but I know that we'll get through it just like everything else in life.
Have they ever expressed wanting to go to school?
They've expressed vehemently not wanting to transition out of homeschool. They're young, but they have a very strong opinion on it. They've been doing very, very well.
I couldn't do it. I could not do homeschool. Like, knowing my kids, how they are, like, I would probably go crazy at home.
We also have a great setup, so it's not even just homeschool. We've got great teachers that they are very close to, and kids are beyond excelling. They are very, very happy. It works for us. There's a lot of benefits, and you know, that's why we've chosen to homeschool them again this year.